What's up, everybody? It's John Brody yet again at MVP Brody 93. Subscribe to everybody you know to subscribe. Check out the vids. I'm starting a series. It's called Things That Are Overhyped, Volume 1. We'll do a series of maybe 2 or 3 of these. In life, certain things just tend to get credit where they don't deserve. Things that are just overhyped, overrated to it's not even their fault at that point. Eventually, just like the masses overrate it, or the pre-hype and never turned out to be what you thought it would be. The first thing I'm gonna start out with is overhyped thing is the movie Avatar. Now, I was reluctant to see this movie for a while after so much hype it got. People were saying, "Oh, look at the visuals, look at this. They have blue people," you know. It quickly became, I think, the highest grossing movie ever, surpassing the Titanic. Another movie that's overhyped, but we're not going to talk about it. And I waited a while, maybe a year after it came out, and I finally saw it. Somebody knew had it on DVD, and we watched it. And it mostly sucked. I mean, graphically, it was amazing. It's like you were right in the world. I mean, I didn't have it on 3D at the house, but it was like you're right there. But the storyline was conventional. It's basically everything outside the graphics didn't break any ground. That's how it was predicted to be before you watched it. I'm kind of glad it got shunned at the Oscars and didn't win Best Picture. And that guy, James Cameron, the director, his wife actually got the Oscar over him. That's what we call an L. Overall, the movie was maybe a 2 out of 5. I don't plan on watching it ever again. It's just one of the most overhyped movies things ever created. Next thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm not a huge fan of this, soccer. I'm not a huge fan. But there was this guy, this young black kid, I think he's from Africa. His name was Freddie Adu, and I'm not a big soccer fan. I mean, I like the sport, but I'm not a huge fan like I am in football or baseball or basketball. But when he came up, let's say when he was 14, 13, 14, 15, that age, you saw him on every TV, you saw him on Sports Illustrated, you saw him on this, you saw him on that. The soccer savior, he's going to make soccer popular in America again. He's going to be the next Pele, the potential greatest ever at 14. And I'm like, okay, I see you, little dude, but I don't really care. And I guess he was signed at the age of 14 to a MLS club, and MLS is whack in general. That's a whole other thing. Signed there, and then he just never made noise. He was an average player. He was overhyped, you know. He was in the part of the national team. He never really got shine on the team. Not saying he's a bad player, but he just wasn't the savior, the LeBron James type. Put this U.S. on his back and we're going to love soccer again type of person. It just never happened, and I'm not hating on him. It's true, he's just, I don't know, what is he, like 20 now? And I heard he's playing at some foreign European club where he doesn't even get playing time. He's like on the bench. And he always had talent, but I guess it's like he was pushed at an early age. He should have trained from like 14 to 18 and then officially signed, but signing at 14 was just like a huge deterrent to him, and it turned out that he wasn't ready, Last time I heard about him, he was he was in that club, out in Europe. I heard he was dating that singer. What's her name? Remember the little white girl? JoJo, he was dating her. That's what I heard. And she fell off, too. I mean, looks-wise. I mean, she used to be... Well, we're not even going to get into that. But you know what I'm saying? So he was just another overhyped person. The second overhyped thing... The third overhyped thing we're going to talk about is Lady Gaga. Now, Lady Gaga is one of those artists that you either love or you hate her. Don't get me wrong. There's like 2 or 3 songs from her I can tolerate. But for the most part, I think she's overhyped, she tries to go out of the way to be some this different, like, I'm different, I dress up in these ridiculous outfits, and she does, the meat costume, I mean, coming to the Grammys in an egg. I mean, if that's really her, I mean, do you be this weird person? But I don't think it is. I think it's for like attention. She's like an attention whore. That's basically what she is, And don't get me wrong, she has some talent. I mean, she's a decent singer. She's a good songwriter. I'll give her that. And she's a classically playing pianist, so I give her some credit. She can play an instrument, so that's a lot more than I can say for like Beyonce or Rihanna. So I'll give her credit there. But for the most part, it's just like her music it just doesn't stick to me. Maybe it's just not my demographic, but I honestly don't know. She's just not my cup of tea, as you could say. I don't like using that phrase. And another thing is, she claims that she's so different from everybody else, you know, that you should hear her, you know, look at me. But she's basically saying the same pop garbage or the same subject matter that a Katy Perry has, or a Beyonce, or a Rihanna, or a Kesha. You know, she's basically doing the same thing that they're doing. So she's even worse than an attention whore, because she's an attention whore with nothing to say. So you're just like all the other ones, basically. So it is what it is. And on her album, doing 1 million the first week, yeah, I would be impressed if 70% of those sales didn't come from when you had it on Amazon, I think, for like 10 cents each. If Eminem decided to sell the Marshall Mathers LP at 10 cents each, it would have sold 10 million the first week. And that's real talk. So those are my first three things. Tell me what you think about those three things that I said that were overhyped. I'm going to come up with another 2 or 3 more volumes of this series. So this is John Brody. Comment on the page, inbox me, tell me what you think, and that's it.